Get ready for the dictation. Dictation will start in 5 seconds. Start. After a month, the Northeastern Railway made a reference to the Railway Board seeking approval for placing the order. Even though the quotations were to remain open only for a month and a half more, the railway board took 5 months to dispose of the case, and the result of it was that the contract for the manufacture of this bogie was awarded at a higher rate because the date had expired. It is a serious matter. It may be said that the Railway Board was not perhaps aware of the closing date of the tenders, but then it was the duty of the railway administration to have seen to it that in matters like this the board was fully posted with the information. Similarly, sir, the audit report has cited serious irregularities of a widespread nature relating to technical inspection of works resulting in overpayments. The Railway Corruption Inquiry Committee are also pointed out the prevalence of such corrupt practices in the railways, and it recommended the setting up of a vigilance cell consisting of 3 officers. It also further suggested that one of the officers of the vigilance cell should be an engineer from outside the railway service. Now, the vigilance cell has been created, but a non-railway engineer has not been included in it as was recommended by them. And what has been the result? The report of the Public Accounts Committee, which was placed before the House only a week ago, has also quoted 3 examples of such payments. Sir, the Railway Corruption Inquiry Committee very strongly recommended that there should be a vigilance cell consisting of 3 engineers, one of whom should be from outside the railway service. The Railway Board has not accepted this suggestion, with the result that such things have been happening successively. Therefore, there is a lack of technical check of these various works, and human nature being what it is, all the three officers of the vigilance cell being of the railway department, some leniency is being shown, which results in a great loss to the exchequer. I do hope that the railway minister will be pleased to reconsider the recommendations of the Railway Corruption Inquiry Committee, and even at this late stage he will see that in this vigilance cell a non-technical railway engineer is included. As stated by my honorable friend, I also think that the railway accounts and finances are not as satisfactory as they should be from the facts and figures supplied to us by the railway ministry. This was not accepted by the minister, and he quoted some figures, but they have not satisfied us. Full stop.